Alicia Cristina Navarro was born on September 20, 2004, and grew up in Glendale, Arizona, a suburban community just west of Phoenix, and lived with her mom, Jessica Nunez, her stepfather, and her siblings. Alicia has been described by her mother as an intelligent, sweet girl. Her family, and other loved ones, say that she was a very sweet girl, but had some developmental problems that made it harder for her to make friends in person. So she spent a lot of time on online games, making friends. At 14, she had just entered high school, enrolled at Bergate Catholic High School for her freshman year, but struggled with developmental delays, and had been diagnosed with high-functioning autism at age 12. Because she is diagnosed with high-functioning autism, which requires her to take medications regularly, social interactions can often be overwhelming. It was stated that Alicia was dependent on the adults in her life, with navigating public transportation, and didn't enjoy spending time out of the home for long periods of time. The teen also suffered from severe anxiety, for which she was receiving therapy, and also apparently had a weakened immune system. Like many young people with autism, Alicia preferred to keep to a strict routine, and didn't like crowded public spaces. She often bit her shirt, or knuckles, when she experienced sensory overload. Alicia also frequently wore the same clothing and shoes over and over, including her favorite white sweatshirt that she was wearing the night she vanished, which her mother attributed to her autism. The teenager preferred to eat a limited number of foods, including chicken nuggets, and unsalted French fries from McDonald's. Despite her mental health and developmental challenges, Alicia was happy at home, and close to her mother, stepfather, and 2 siblings. Initially, school was not an easy concept for Alicia. This was in part due to her diagnosis as high-functioning on the autism spectrum. The family hired a behavior coach in 2017 to help Alicia through the challenges of managing her autism in a school environment. She was warming up to the school, and the friends she made in her classes. She was really happy to get into Bergate Catholic School with her friends. After classes, she came home, and had interactions with her friends online through text messages, and online video game services, such as Minecraft. Alicia had a passion for technology, from social media, and computers to virtual gaming. Her mother stated that while Alicia was always very introverted, her personality would change as soon as she immersed herself in a game she loved. She had a few close friends that she's known since kindergarten, and had a very active online life. She often stayed up until the late hours of the night, playing games, and chatting with friends on Discord. In other ways though, Navarro carries many of the hallmarks of a conventional high schooler, learning to navigate the world. She has a handful of friends she opens up to about her life, and even the boys she finds cute. She has a major online presence she keeps largely hidden from her parents, and for all her youthful naivety, she still has that secretive semi-rebellious side, so characteristic of the teenage years. In the months leading up to Alicia's disappearance, her mom says her daughter was undergoing noticeable changes in nearly every area of her life. Despite previously being incredibly introverted and distressed at the notion of leaving her home, Alicia began talking with strangers and finding new interests. She also began to show a new interest in comic books, fitness, and protein powders, makeup, uncharacteristically provocative clothing, body sprays, and mature music, such as classic rock and roll. This change came as a surprise to her mother, as with Alicia's autism, it meant that she preferred to stick to a routine, and deviating from the comfort of that normally would upset Alicia. At one point, her mother, Jessica Nunez, stated that she had once noticed a stranger that Alicia had met online asking for her daughter's personal information. Jessica quickly corrected the behavior, blocking the man, and warning Alicia to never share personal details with people she didn't know online lest she fall prey to an internet predator. Jessica had also caught Alicia engaged in a text conversation with someone who Jessica believed was older than Alicia, based on the mature content of their chat. She filed a police report, but nothing came of it, and authorities were unable to identify the responsible parties, in either situation. Jessica believes that Alicia's autism made her more trusting than other teens, and thinks that Alicia may not have heeded her warnings. 2 weeks before she went missing, Alicia seemed strange to many of her loved ones. One day, Alicia asked her mother if she could go to the mall with 2 anonymous friends from school. This seemed a bit out of the ordinary to Jessica, as Alicia usually liked to spend time in her room playing games. However, her mother agreed to let her go for 2 hours, and then she would pick Alicia back up. Once Alicia came home, she told her mom about a boy she met at the mall, who was fit. This led to her talking an interest in fitness. A bit more than a week before her disappearance, she had reached out to her friend, 20-year-old Clark Samples, of Oregon, through Discord, and informed them that she sold her Xbox, and has a boyfriend now. One of her anonymous friends that she visited the mall with claims that Alicia had told him about her plans to run away to California, just days before her disappearance, and even invited him along. But he declined. At the time, he hadn't seen this as a red flag, that it was because he knew Alicia to often say outlandish things, and assumed she was only kidding. The following day, a Friday morning, Alicia asked her mother if she could stay home from school, as she was dealing with some anxiety. Her mother agreed, knowing that school was a big change for her, and allowed her to stay home. She planned to make the day a good one for Alicia, and took her to get her eyebrows threaded, and to a local chocolate factory, for a treat. Her mom recalled how happy Alicia was that day, laughing and smiling. The next day was a little different, however, with Alicia staying in her room all of Saturday, with no interactions with friends, and minimal interaction with family. Later that week, Jessica noticed a hole the size of a golf ball in Alicia's window screen. She told her mother that a bird made the hole, but Jessica's husband later pointed out that the hole was clearly made from the inside. On Sunday night, September 15th, at approximately 1 AM, Jessica was waiting for her husband, Ivan, to get off work, when Alicia walked downstairs to get a glass of water. Seeing Alicia up late at night was not new to her mother, as she knew Alicia often stayed up late to play video games, and talk to her online gaming friends. Alicia asked her mother what time she was going to bed, before she headed back upstairs to her room. At some point during the night, after her husband returned home, the two went to bed. The next morning, at around 7 AM, Jessica was up making breakfast for her family. Ivan, and Alicia's younger brother and sister were up, but Alicia was not up yet. While putting together the food, Jessica noticed that the back door to the house was slightly ajar. She went out to the yard to make sure nothing was amiss, but soon discovered that someone had moved and stacked several of the chairs in the yard against the back wall. There were also shoe prints near the chairs that appeared to be the same size as Alicia's. Jessica quickly checked Alicia's room, only to find that Alicia was gone, with a note waiting from her. Written in Alicia's handwriting, the letter said, "I ran away, I'll be back, I swear. I'm sorry." Near the chairs that Alicia had stacked, was a set of footprints in the mud. These footprints were created by her Vans, and confirmed that she left the house alone. Jessica believes that Alicia scaled the fences, instead of walking out the front door, to either avoid making noise, or avoid being seen by their neighbors' security cameras, both of which she successfully did. The only information obtained from neighbors' security cameras is footage of a white truck entering and leaving the neighborhood around the time of Alicia's disappearance. With her, Alicia had taken a small black backpack with metallic cat ears, her new body spray, and makeup, and a copy of Demon in a Bottle, an Iron Man comic book worth $200, her silver Apple MacBook computer, but didn't take the chargers. She left behind the laptop she used for school, and the desktop computer she used for games. Jessica's immediate reaction was to contact the police and report Alicia missing. Police arrived at the home to search the house, but did not find anything else unusual. The pain of Alicia's absence fuels Jessica's determination to find answers, and bring her daughter back home. The Glendale Police Department still does not know for sure whether Alicia was lured away, or if she left on her own accord, and is actively searching for her, with the assistance of the FBI, and the Center for Missing and exploited children. Jessica currently believes that Alicia was lured out of her home by a man she met on the internet. According to her, this would not be the first time that Alicia has spoken to grown men online. She previously filed a report against a man that was having mature conversations with Alicia over the internet. This report did not go far, as the police claimed that there was no proof of anything illegal happening. Initially, Glendale police issued a digital billboard on Loop 101 to draw attention to the missing girl. Additionally, several national podcasts have aired episodes about Alicia to draw attention to her disappearance. According to Glendale Police Department spokesman Sergeant Randy Stewart, Alicia's case received national attention since the investigation into her disappearance began. Dateline reported in March that Nunez feared her daughter had been lured away by an online predator. According to family members, running away is extremely out of character for Alicia. She reportedly preferred to follow a strict routine, which is common for people on the autism spectrum. Due to this, it seemed incredibly unusual for Alicia to leave on her own accord. Her mother told reporters that in the past, Alicia's sweetness had been taken advantage of, and online predators had attempted to make contact with her. Alicia's family fears that this time around, an online predator was successful in grooming and luring Alicia into running away. Nunez said police aren't sure that Alicia was picked up by someone she was planning to meet. It's possible she left and was walking alone when a stranger could have kidnapped her. It's also possible she may have realized a person she was meeting was not who they said they were, and tried to escape, but was prevented from leaving. There are very few clues, in part due to Alicia's phone being turned off. Glendale police said the phone hasn't been used since she disappeared, and because of that, they can't ping it to gain information about her location. Nunez said she has met with officers twice since the initial investigation, and she calls them weekly for updates. Police have said they've received multiple potential sightings and tips, but nothing has turned up solid yet. It has been difficult for investigators to track Alicia's online activity, as she brought both her laptop and cell phone with her when she left her home. There has not been any digital trace of her since she left. On September 20th, someone who had known Alicia personally reported that she had seen her the day prior at La Pradera Park, located on 41st Avenue and Glendale Avenue. This park was located about a mile and a half away from Alicia's home, and known to house a large transient community, with frequent drug interactions taking place there. Jessica raced to the park, in an attempt to find any trace of her daughter, and was able to speak to a handful of witnesses, who corroborated the friend's story. They claim they had seen a girl matching Alicia's description, walking with an African American man, who had facial tattoos, as well as tattoos on his neck and hands. The man was described as pulling Alicia around the park by the hand. This was on the same day as Alicia's 15th birthday, a day she was looking forward to, having requested steak for dinner, and a red velvet cake. Police would ping Alicia's phone and computer, but it appeared they had been turned off. In January of 2020, investigators partnered with Homeland Security Investigations, and the Arizona Attorney General's office, arrested 27 individuals between the ages of 21 and 69 years old, as part of an operation targeting child sex criminals perpetrating human trafficking. Throughout the operation, undercover detectives set up deals for various sex acts with the individuals posing as children, who were 14 years old or younger. Citizen detectives, and possibly investigators alike, have zeroed in on at least one man from the 27 men who appears to fit the profile of who Alicia was seen at La Pradera Park with. On July 1, 2020, a silver alert was put out for Alicia. For some reason, police discouraged posting an award for any information leading to where Alicia might be. However, this didn't stop the community from producing their own money for a reward, in the attempt to gain any new knowledge. The community also has performed independent searches for the missing teenager. Investigators are still working on her case, hoping to locate her. They claim that they have had over 300 leads come into their office since 2019, and still continue to get about 4 to 5 per day. Her mother believes that Alicia had met someone online that had convinced her to leave at night, and hopes that she will return home safely one day, as the note left behind promised. Jessica has placed billboards in both California and Nogales, Mexico, hoping that the right person would see it, and identify where her daughter is. She has also got involved in organizations that search for missing children, and bring awareness to human trafficking. As of now, local law enforcement has followed hundreds of leads, and the FBI became involved early in the investigation, but the trail appears to have run cold. Aside from the sighting at the park, no other sightings of Alicia have been reported, and there has been no movement on any of her known social media accounts since her disappearance. Since the disappearance of her daughter Alicia, Jessica has dedicated herself to tirelessly searching for any clues that might lead to her daughter's whereabouts. She has taken to the streets, posting flyers of Alicia, in the hopes that someone may recognize her. In addition, Jessica has embraced social media platforms like TikTok, utilizing their broad reach to spread awareness about Alicia's case, and to educate other families about the dangers children face online. She has been working through social media to spread the word, and create awareness about her missing daughter. At this time, there is no new case information for release. She will still be listed as an unknown missing persons case, and the case will still continue to be worked.